Do 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 dun 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 dun. Gotta get on that keyboard real quick. What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. NBA Talk with J Money, live on YouTube every single day, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just trying to get some cash for the people, right? That's what we're here for, right? So we're gonna try to get straight into it. What's up? Say what's up to the chat first, man. My guy Julius Williams, Hornets over, David Jones, Jack Falk, Zio, I see you. Everybody, Ray Charles, I see you, my guy. I got the glasses on with you. Let's get straight to it, guys. Let's get straight into it. We got the y'all know how it is. It's all business here, man. Celtics versus the Pacers here, guys. We got Celtics versus Pacers. First game up. Obviously, this is a little home and home spot, revenge spot for the Pacers, right? We know that Marcus Smart went down in that last game in Boston. Now this is the second of the home and home, right? Pacers line up at threes, down to 2.5 for the Pacers. I'll be honest, guys, it's hard to find a look in this game right now with so many. This line will move one way or another. Duarte, game time decision. LeVert, game time decision. Brogdon, he's been game time decision like the last 5 or 6 games, guys. So be interested to see what happens in that one. I'm not looking to bet the Pacers right now. I'll be honest with you guys. There's money to be made with any team with certain spots. We'll talk about that later. The Celtics in this one, they're 1-6 against the spread last 7 games as a favorite. 0-6 as well last 6 games versus a team with the losing straight up record. So the Celtics play down to their competition. They have won a couple straight games. They do have Philly on deck, so it's a tough spot for me. They're with 1-4 against the spread last 5 games. 2-6 against the spread last 8. So I'll be honest, it's tough to trust both of these teams. It's definitely not something that I'd be looking to back in this one, guys. I'd like to say I'd lean to the Celtics. They will miss Smart in this one. The Pacers maybe look towards some Sabonis props in this one. He should definitely eat in this one. Usually when it's a home and home, I usually look towards a team that lost the first game, guys. It cashes over 65% over the past 3 years. Team that lost the first one of the home and home, you take it the second time. But me personally, I'm not taking the Pacers here. Next game up here, we got the Hornets versus the 76ers, guys. It's going to be a tough spot here for the 76ers, if you ask me. This team has not been covering spreads at the house. Now, the same thing. Now, this is where this game has counter narratives, right? The Hornets have been balling out of control. They've been covering a shitload of games at the house, not necessarily on the road. So the 3 straight games at the house, they went 3-0 straight up and against the spread. Now they go out on the road here. Obviously, a lot different environment. This team, like I say, they've been covering at the house, not so much on the road. They do have the obviously much better offense for the Sixers. If you like the Sixers, you might want to take them early here, guys. Especially seeing that Steph Curry is questionable in this game. He did sit out the last one. You got the Hornets. They are 5-0 in Wednesday games, guys. It may not matter here. You got the 76ers, 5-0 against the spread last 5 overall, 4-0 last 4 following ATS win as well. They're also 5-0 ATS following a straight up win. So it's going to be a tough game now. As far, like I say, for the 76ers as well, they have this not a revenge fight with the Celtics, but a pretty big game. The 76ers been hot, guys. They have been winning a lot of games on the road. 4 of their last 6 games were on the road. They're on a 7-game win streak right now, guys. So I know that the Hornets look sexy today, but I'm not in a rush to bet against this Sixers team. They're starting to get into their groove. You're watching Joel Embiid is going absolutely bonkers. If he has a center that can't guard him, Joel Embiid will feast, go for 30 in his sleep. I can see him doing it tonight versus Plumlee. Obviously, the Hornets, a lot better, more three-point shooters, and they shoot a ton of threes. They live and die by the three. Terry Rozier has been balling, guys. You might want to look at some Terry Rozier props. I'll see if I can get back to the house earlier. Shark, I sent you the link, my guy. I sent you the link on Twitter, man. It's all good, man. I do the solo show today. It's all good, man. Let's get to. I know Shark likes the Hornets in this one, guys. Shark likes the Hornets in this one. It's all good. So I know official Shark likes the Hornets plus the 6 in this one. Stand away from this game for me, guys. I'm not. One thing that I don't do, I don't go against teams when they're on a streak. Obviously, Sixers only 8-8 against the spread. No, 6-10 against the spread at the house. So they have shown some vulnerabilities at the house. The Hornets shown vulnerabilities on the road, so it's definitely a toss-up game for me. A lot of public on the Sixers could possibly go back up to 6 when you get that news of Seth Curry in this one, guys. Let's go over here to the streets of Washington, D.C. We have the Wizards, guys. I really want to take the Magic today. I was at 9.5 last night. Unfortunately, 2 of their bigs are out. Mo Bamba's out, and then Wendell Carter Jr. is out in this one. For the Wizards, they get Thomas Bryant back tonight, guys. They do. Bradley Beal is still out, but they do get back one of their centers. They got back Hachimura as well. I'll be honest with you. It's Magic or nothing for me. Losing those 2 bigs really does hurt, but I believe they get Robin Lopez back today, which could be huge. The Magic, 5-1 against the spread last 6 games as a road underdog. They're also 5-0 against the spread last 5 road games with the team with the winning home record. So they play up against these teams. We know they always will come in there to play, cover the spread, but end up losing the game. Hell, most of the game they'll have the lead around the halftime and then just piss it away. Are they tanking? Probably. I mean, what? They lost 9 straight games, but they are 5-5 against the spread over that. They are 5-4 against the spread over that 9-game stretch, guys. So heavy lean to the Magic here. We're looking at the Wizards here. They haven't covered 4 straight games. You look at them versus the Thunder last night, guys. If you know how to live bet or looking at that game before, you see that the lineup that the Wizards tried out, they should not be laying 7.5 points against anyone. And they just lost. This is a home and home versus the Magic as well. They just beat the Magic in Orlando, had to come back and win that game barely by 2 points. That was with Beal. Now this is the Magic quick revenge spot. I know they're on a 9-game losing streak. I can only look towards the Magic plus 6.5 in this one, guys. And you notice, even with Wendell Carter Jr., Mo Bamba going out, the spread still hadn't moved. Still lean the Magic in this one, guys. The only way I could look. Let's go to the next game here. We got the Hawks versus the Heat here. Hawks versus the Heat. Got the Hawks coming back to the house off of a long road trip. First game back at the house. I'm sure they couldn't wait to get back home. The Hawks have been so up and down this year, guys. You never really know what you're going to get out of them. I know that Cam Reddish is doubtful in this game. We got Sharif Cooper questionable. Maybe get back Hunter in this one. Capella doubtful as well. He didn't go through shoot around, so I don't expect Capella to play in this one. Don't really have a center over there for the Hawks, guys. It's going to be tough, especially with the Heat possibly getting Deadman back. We know Yurt 7 has been balling. I mean, he had 15 straight rebounds in like 4 straight games, guys. Got to look at them Yurt 7 rebounding props tonight. Even if Deadman does come back, they'll probably still keep that same lineup with Yurt 7 starting center. The Heat, this is the last game of a 6-game road trip for them. Not an ideal spot. They are coming off 3 full days of rest, so that does help. They're coming off a big win versus the Suns as well, guys, a huge win. So the Heat covered 4 out of the last 5 games, have actually started to play a lot better. The Hawks, first game back at the house after a 6-game road trip. Then they head right back out on the road as well versus the Heat. It's going to be a tough spot. Shark did tell me he likes the Hawks in this one. So if you want to ride with my guy Shark, I'm sure he'll probably be going live on Twitter, my guys. So go and follow him on Twitter. In this game for me, is Heat or nothing. Another one, conflicting game, right? You want to fade a team that's on the last game of their road trip, 6-game road trip, that you have the Heat. But I also like to fade home teams when they're coming back first game at the house off a 6-game road trip. We'll talk about that one in a second. So it's a real conflicting game, especially with the line going up and down all over the place. That's because of all of the injuries. Capella, Reddish, that's why I was at 4.5 down to 2.5 now. Obviously, the Hawks play a lot better at the house, but the Heat are a force to be reckoned with, guys. They are. So it's a tough game for me, not something I'm betting. It is a nice little the Hawks beat the Heat a couple of times, 2 out of the 3 times last year. I lean the Heat in this one. Shark likes the Hawks. I lean Heat's not something I'll be betting in this one. Mavs versus the Knicks, guys. Let's get to this game. We're going to the streets of New York here. We got the Mavs here open up at 2. It's up to 2.5, man. Don't look now, but Mavs have really been balling out, and I really want to focus in on that time without Luka Doncic because even though they struggled at first, it made other guys step up. It made them realize that the bench does really matter. You see guys like Josh Green coming off the bench is really stellar for them. They moved Tim Hardaway Jr. to the bench. That's been great for us as well. Reggie Bullock going up against his old team. Maybe a few tips to how to beat them boys. I'm riding with the Mavs today, guys. I got the jacket on. It's the only thing that I have played so far today. I'm riding with my Mavs team. They've covered 9 out of the last 10. Covered 9 of 10. They've won 5 straight games. This team is absolutely balling, man. They're playing their best defense of the year right now. Number 1 defense last 4 games in the league. Number 8 offense. This team is very balanced, if you ask me right now. So I'm riding with my Mavs. No fanboy shit. I do have the jacket on, man. Let me show y'all the sign. Y'all know it's up 6-0 past 6 with the jacket. Let's make it 7 straight. Mavs do have a big game coming up versus the Grizzlies, guys, but I'm still rocking with the Mavs. They probably lose the next game. The streak will likely end in Memphis, but I think they keep it going today. That'll be a huge game as well. And this game is on ESPN as well. Look for Luka. His triple-double is at plus 350, guys. I think he's live to go for especially double-double. I couldn't get the double-double numbers, but points and assists, his assist was at 9.5. He's definitely going for a double-double in this one. Just can he get the 10 rebounds? I definitely think Luka's they finna go off in the Madison Square Garden, guys. The Mavs, for some reason, they like playing over there. They're 3-1 against the spread last 4 games in Madison Square Garden, and 4-0 against the spread last 4, and also 5-2 against the spread last 7 meetings. Riding with the Mavs today, and it's a buy on the Mavs. It's also a fade of the Knicks, man. This defense has really dropped off. They're sitting at 13th in the league over the last 5 games. That's not the Knicks team. The Knicks have to win with defense. Their offense is not that great. Obviously missing a couple of point guards. May get Kemba back today. Not too worried about it. It's my knees. The knees gonna be killing Kemba over there, man. But I like the Mavs in this one, guys. Official play -2. Rocking with the Mavs. Mavs fans for life. Let's go over here to the streets of San Antonio, guys. We got the Spurs here, 7-point underdogs. Spurs 7-point favorites over the Rockets. This line is it was coming down here. A lot of public on the Spurs here. Now, this is going to be a crazy game, guys. I'll be honest with you. I'm not looking to take the Spurs. I know the Rockets are a fade. Like I always say, there's a buy point at any time for any team. You dig what I'm saying? So we can't just necessarily say, oh, this team is trash. We're betting against them every single day. There'll be times to bet on any team. This is a Rocket spot, guys. It's ugly as hell. It's a hold your nose type of spot. The Rockets have not been playing good basketball, but this would be a fade of the Spurs here. I don't want to lay a team that's been on the road for over 2 weeks. This is their first home game of the new year, guys. So I'm sure they'll be turned up, but to ask them to lay 6.5, 7 points in their first game back at the house after 7 straight road games. Memphis, Detroit, Toronto, Boston, Philly, Brooklyn, and then New York. So it's not too bad, the Boston, Philly, Brooklyn, New York, but still traveling all over the place. Getting in and out of Toronto is always tough. This guys get back to the house, or you got to walk the dog. You got to take care of your girl, handle all type of bills, financial things, man. Oh, we got a water leak? Nah, I'm messing with y'all, man. But I'll be honest, guys, I do like the Spurs in this one. I hadn't betted, but I'd give a heavy look. I do like the Rockets in this one. I give a heavy look to the Rockets. This is probably the ugliest play on the board. Nobody's looking to take the Rockets. I think they'll win this game outright, to be honest with you. Also, the Spurs still missing. They're still missing Derek White, Keldon Johnson, Vassell. So they're missing some guys. The Rockets, they have some guards to go up against the Spurs. They're basically the same type of team. A bunch of guards. Obviously, the Spurs play a lot better defense and play a lot harder. But you're looking at the record. The Spurs only have 4 more wins than the Rockets. These teams aren't that much far apart to ask me. To ask the Spurs to come here and win by 7, I don't see it. So I'd be looking at the Rockets here, plus the 6.5, plus the 7. It's a spot play going against the Spurs. Basically, whoever they're going against in this spot, I'd be looking towards. Unfortunately, it's the Rockets, but this is one of their few winnable games in the foreseeable future for the Rockets. Heavy look. I got to see what the chat's thinking in this one, man. What do y'all think? Rockets are past me, H-Town, Whiteside under 13. Yeah, we finna get to it. We about to get to it, man. Let's see. What y'all liking? Yeah, he say fade me, my guy. Let's go. Y'all he say like he likes the Knicks. Brooklyn +2. Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it, my guys. Let's go over here to the streets of Utah. We got the Jazz here laying 5.5 at the house. It was at 6. We gotta like the Cavs tonight, guys. How do we not like the Cavs? The Jazz have been absolutely terrible. Now, don't get it twisted. After the comments that coming against Donovan Mitchell over the last game, he's pissed. He's saying that we got to take. We have to we have to defend. We have to play better defense. And I don't think it's on the guards. I think they're missing Rudy Gobert. Obviously, I don't think Gobert should be the defensive player of the year. He probably should be MVP. He's obviously the most valuable player over there to Utah. A lot of people may not think so, but ever since he's went out of the lineup, this team has been 28th in rebounding and last in defensive rating, guys. The Jazz, I mean, if you look at the teams that they've been playing, they shouldn't necessarily be in those ranks. This team just lost to the Pistons, man. They were literally up 25 points and fell asleep on the road. So they can do it, but there's no excuse for losing that game versus the Pistons, if you ask me. They're coming off 3 straight losses, 0-3 against the spread as well, 0-5. I mean, they're coming off a 5-game road trip. The Jazz are first game back at the house. Again, laying points. I'm in the business of fading the Jazz today. Got on Cavs plus the 6 here. I like Cavs plus the 6 in this one to keep this game close. Another one, man. We got to look at some props in this one, man. Darian Garland over 2.5 threes. Evan Mobley over 7.5 rebounds. His points and rebounds over 23.5. Jared Allen over 10.5 boards and points and rebounds over 27.5. Donovan Mitchell, like I say, he's still going to be pissed. He's still going to go off. That necessarily means that they're going to cover or not, but still, Donovan Mitchell over 3.5 threes. He's going to hit that before halftime. Over 20.5 points. Mitchell's going for 30 in his sleep tonight, guys. And Whiteside under 13.5 points, under points and rebounds 26.5. Like my guy Friday would say, Whiteside is washed out there, man. My guy got that bag and doesn't care about anything else. He's too busy on TikTok and Snapchat, all Instagram, guys. So Cavs, and I think every one of those props finna hit, guys. I love every single one of those props. We'll recap them at the end of the show. This is one where, like I say, I like the Cavs, but even if they do have a bad game, I still see Mobley and Allen absolutely feasting this game. Like I say, I'll be honest with you. Cavs have been on the West Coast for a little while, playing a later game. The Jazz coming back to the house. It is a funky spot for both teams, but for my money, I would like to back the Cavs in this one. The lot more healthier team right now, and the Jazz are just missing Gobert. I don't see how they defend the paint or get Allen or Mobley off the board with just Whiteside out there. They may get Azubuike back today, but not a ton of size for the Jazz. You can't be running Royce O'Neal at the 4 up against Mobley. He'll get 8 up on the boards, guys. And it's a revenge spot for the Cavs as well. They lost 109-108 in Cleveland earlier this year. They had Rudy Gobert in that one, and they still struggled. Mobley and Allen still ate in that game. They'll eat even more tonight in this one. Let's go over here to Nets versus Bulls, guys. The Bulls. I tried to get Blackjack on the show, man. He don't want to come on with me, but it's all good. Nets versus the Bulls here. Bulls land 2. You do get a double revenge spot for the Nets here today, guys. The Nets team has been my kryptonite. I bet on them. They shit the bed. I bet against them. Obviously, they're world beaters, right? We do have Harden questionable with knee soreness. Obviously, he sat out the last game, so that's definitely something to monitor here. Kyrie Irving as well. He left the last game with the ankle. We know that he's not in the best condition right now. He hadn't been playing all year. So those are a couple of huge injuries. This line will definitely move with those two in or out. I'd like to say both of them will suit up here. Irving did leave the last game and didn't come back. But like I said, this Bulls team is very tough to bet against right now. But that Nets having double revenge against the Bulls does hold some weight here, guys. I'll be honest. Nets are 0-7 against the spread last 7 games, but I do think they'll try to get up for this game versus the Bulls. You catch them on the back-to-back. Now, the Bulls, the starters didn't play a ton of minutes. Only 27 minutes basically for the starters over there at a max. I can only look towards the Nets in this one, guys, but I understand why people are taking the Bulls. I do think this is a step-up type of game for the Nets. They know they've lost the past couple. Let me see. Were they at the house? Because we know that the Nets have been absolutely terrible at home, guys. But lean Nets here, especially with having the rest advantage. And the Nets, you actually want to take them on the road. At the house, they've been absolutely terrible. I know one of those games was a matinee game in Chicago, and then they lost on December 4th at home as well. The Bulls cleaned them up. We was on that one. Everybody in the chat liking the Bulls here, guys. He says Nets don't lose when their big 3 play. Yeah, and that's what we have to see. That's what we have to see, my guys, if those two are going to play. Like I say, that line is going to move either way. So far for me, Mavs and the Cavs, and I'll go over those props, guys. Last game up, we got the Kings versus the Lakers here. This line is at it's up to 4 now. Open 3.5, it's up to 4. I'm not looking to bet the Kings right now. I know this team is in a tailspin and they're still playing hard, want to get a win, but the Lakers are slowly playing very good basketball, guys. Obviously, they got smacked up versus the Grizzlies. It's not a good matchup for them. You do worry about the Lakers being at the house for 5 straight games and then going on the road, but as long as Westbrook can not just don't shoot, Westbrook. You need 0 attempts out there. Go for 20 assists, go for 20 boards. I don't want to see a single shot from Westbrook out there, guys. Obviously, the Kings and the Lakers have already played 3 times this season, and the Kings have beat them the first time in overtime, and then you see the Lakers clean them up the later couple of times. I think that the Lakers, you got to win these type of games, man. If you're trying to streak, you're trying to make the playoffs, go deeper into the playoffs, you have to win these type of games against teams that don't play defense, right? So I lean the Lakers here. Obviously, the Kings coming off 5 straight losses. They are at the house again. Played the Cavs tough, but I don't see how they stopped the guys. I don't see how they stopped LeBron from getting whatever he wants in this one, guys. The Kings are not playing defense right now. That's why they're losing. So lean the Lakers here in this one, but it's not. So I'll be honest with you, it's not something that I'd be very comfortable betting. Lakers, the only way I could look in this one, I feel like if you fade the Kings until they get a new coach, you will make some money, guys. For me, let's go over official plays, man. I gotta play. Let me play this commercial real quick, man. We gotta pay some bills. Y'all go and check out WagerTalk. Try WagerTalk. Try WT for the 50% off promo code.
Have you checked out all the new handicappers at WagerTalk? If not, here's your chance. You can take 50% off your first daily or 3-day all-access purchase at WagerTalk using coupon code TRYWT. Our new roster of experts is 30 deep, covering sports from all around the world, giving you tons of options to choose from. All you have to do to redeem this offer is go to WagerTalk.com, choose a handicapper of your choice, and use coupon code TRYWT at checkout, saving 50% on your first purchase.
Y'all go and check out WagerTalk though. Seriously, man, they really have some good cappers over there. If you've never signed up, you can use that promo code TRYWT, get 50% off any package, guys. I'll also be having Ronald on here from Sports Memo tomorrow. Let's go over the official plays, man. First, let me take any questions. Real quick in the chat. Any questions? Pacers, Hawks, Jazz, Lowe's liking. Aaron likes the Lakers, Heat, and Mavs. Lakers, Heat, Mavs, Cavs, Bulls. Post those picks in the chats, man. It's not just here. It's not just me. You dig what I'm saying? We all trying to cash. They have $2 plays on Tuesdays at WagerTalk. Exactly. I don't pay for bets. Okay, got you, my guy. Well, glad you're here. Jay was mad today. No, I wasn't pissed off today, man. Let's go. Tyler, yeah, I'm convinced WagerTalk. No. Jay was mad today. Man, I appreciate you, Jay Solo. Man, let's get to the officials, man. Let's get up out of here. I'm here to let you guys know what I'm thinking in NBA. If you like it, let's cash. Hey, if you don't like it, fade. Whatever you like to do. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. You're still here, so I appreciate you, man. Free NBA picks today. Y'all hit the like button. I'm going with the Mavs. We got the jacket on. They won 5 straight, make it 6 straight today. Covered 9 out of the 10. I think they finna run these Knicks out of the gym, guys. Mavs by double digits in this one. I also like Luka Doncic to go for a double in this one. Couldn't talk anyone out of the under in this one. The under is 9-2. 9-2. The past 11 meetings between these two, and I'm rocking with the Cavs today, guys. The Jazz defense has fallen off a cliff without Rudy Gobert. I do know they'll come back home and be pissed, but I'll put my money on the Cavs here, plus the 5.5, plus the 6, whichever one you guys can get it. Ride with the Cavs to possibly win this game outright. Jazz coming off a 5-game road trip back at the house. It's a face fight. Heavy lean to the Rockets here, guys. I hadn't bet it yet. I'm waiting for it to get to 7, but I do like the Rockets to win this game versus the Spurs. It's a terrible spot for the Spurs. Come back to the house. I'm sure they couldn't wait to get back home, but for this first game, I would not be laying the points with the Spurs. Obviously, it's tough to buy the Rockets, but I do think this is one of the few spots that they could possibly win a game for the rest of the year here. Shark likes the Hornets, he likes the Hawks, and he likes the Cavs as well, guys. You go and follow him on Twitter. I'm pretty sure he'll be going live on there. And like I say, the props for me, Darius Garland over 2.5 threes. Evan Mobley, over 7.5 rebounds, points and rebounds, over 23.5. Jared Allen, over 10.5 rebounds, points and rebounds, over 27.5. Donovan Mitchell, over 3.5 threes made, over 27.5 points. And Hassan Whiteside, under 13.5 points, under points and rebounds, 26.5. We're going undefeated, man. Every one of them cashing. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hit the like button, subscribe. Go and follow me on Twitter at JMoneyIsMoney. We live again tomorrow with Ronald Cabane. Let's get some cash. We out.